joined by the lovely Tanya Unkovich. Tanya, kia ora, good afternoon.
Kia ora, good afternoon to you both.
Hey, Tanya, you've literally got back on the bike this week. So I want to talk about this and your journey as you've, rediscovered an old love which is now becoming a new love.
Absolutely. I used to ride a motorbike some years ago, and 6 years ago I just got scared and decided not to, sold my motorbike, and we ended up just keeping a Vespa. And in the last couple of weeks, we've bought another Vespa. So we've traded the old one and bought this one in, and I've made the decision to literally get back on the bike again after 6 years. So yes, had to brush a few fears away. I certainly did, and get back on.
Getting back on the bike is it's a good metaphor, but in your case, literally. And look, the people listening, I know, who perhaps have also got that thing, which they used to be confident in this area, but for whatever reason, circumstances have said, hey, you shouldn't be doing this anymore. But courage to get back on the metaphorical bike as well.
Absolutely. And, this is where managing your state, again, is really important. And when I first got my driver's license at 17, I remember for the first time driving down Queen Street at 8:30 in traffic, peak hour traffic.
Wow.
And this voice said to me, it was the first time ever I was riding solo, driving, I should say, Tanya, nobody else around you knows that you're scared. Nobody else knows this is your first time. So I sat in my car feeling quite posh and feeling confident because I thought no one else knows. And that's what I did again when I hopped on the bike this week. No one else knows this is my first time on the bike in 6 years. So I just pretended, act as if.
So it's kind of like fake it till you make it in a sense in this regards.
It actually was. So I just pretended I was cool on the bike, even though I was a little bit scared inside.
And actually, isn't that the way that if we act like we're a good driver, we actually become one, right?
Well, with anything in life, you see, if you keep telling yourself, I'm no good at this or I can't do this, then you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But if you keep telling yourself, yes, I can, then the chances are you will do it sooner rather than later, whatever it is.
And I guess the more that you do it, the more confident you become as well.
Yep, absolutely. You get more confident in manoeuvring through life, just as you do on the bike. And one of the things my husband, who used to teach me how to ride, would always say, be aware of target fixation. And that's when you see something coming towards you and you get a little bit scared. What you naturally do is you stare at it like you go, oh my God, there's a wall, and you drive into the wall. But what you do straight away is you turn away. If you see a big truck coming, you look the other way and then focus in the direction you want to go.
Not focusing on the things that we fear, again, a wonderful metaphor for a whole bunch of areas of our life, right?
Yes, very much so. Just keep focusing on the direction that you want to go on. That's why I often talk about what is your outcome? What is your outcome? If you focus on an outcome, then that is where you will focus your energy. So don't focus on the hazards. I know you've got to anticipate the hazards, and they will always be there in life and on your bike. But it's about learning how to trust your intuition as you see something. If I see someone on the side of the road and there's a car with their wheel pointing out, that means they might be doing a U-turn in front of me. So that's anticipating a hazard on the bike. And I listen to my instinct, and that's what we do in life as well, anticipate the hazards.
Anticipate the hazards, listen to our instincts. I mean, we are talking quite metaphorically at the moment when we're talking about, riding a bike. But, if we were to put it into a context of, gosh, I've been out of the job market for a while and actually I want to focus on that. I'm scared. I haven't done this. I haven't written a CV for a long time. But actually, focusing in on that, not on those voices which are saying, oh, well, you haven't got the experience. You can't do this. But actually focusing on the thing at hand.
Well, I would go a little step further and focus on getting the phone call where you are told that you've got the job.
Right. Okay. Yeah, focusing on the outcome then.
Absolutely. Focus on your first day at work when you're putting on your outfit and you're going to the job. Focus on what it is that you want. If you want that job, focus on having it.
And again, there may be obstacles between where you are at the moment and that goal that you're focused on. Not focusing on the obstacles, but being aware that they may exist, anticipating them and finding a strategy around them, right?
Yes, and sometimes we realise we're actually going in the wrong direction, okay? That's when you apply your brakes.
Okay.
So sometimes you might have to apply the brake really hard if the hazard turns into a reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just slow down and go, no, I'm going to change direction here. And that's like life. If we continue to focus on our outcome, we don't always get there in a straight line. There's going to be a bit of zigzagging before we get there. So you may need to make a few more decisions. So you either apply the brakes gently and then do a turn, or you go, oh, wow, this is a really bad direction, slam on the brakes and then do a 90-degree turn, whatever it is that you need to do to get back on the course again towards the outcome that you want.
Back with the bike metaphor, you're the one with your hands on the handlebars, steer the bike in the direction of where you want to be, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And whenever you get a little bit wobbly on your bike, this is literally on a motorbike, I can hear my husband going, roll it on, which means put a bit more on the gas, turn the throttle. And sometimes when we're wobbly in life, we tend to slow down and go, oh, I'm scared, and we give up. But actually, those are the times when you've got to roll on the energy, put a bit of throttle on, and then keep going. Don't give up.
Yeah, because if you've got this outcome in mind, a new job or whatever it could be, then that's the thing you need to be focusing on, right? And I guess it's the idea of just doing it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You actually just need to literally get on the bike and live your life. Because if we don't, it will pass us by. Yep. It absolutely will. I knew that if I didn't get back on the bike now, then next year I'd be a little bit less confident. And this week, Grant wasn't here to help me. I had to actually get on the bike on my own and get out into the traffic. And I just pretended that nobody knew that it was my first time riding solo for 6 years.
Wow.
Literally.
That is absolutely fantastic. Helmet on, whizzing through the crowds.
Exactly.
Japanese tourists trying to take photos of you as you zoomed away.
Yeah, flying in the wind.
Yeah.
Oh, Tanya, I
Not
think
that glamorous.
I think this is truly inspirational, and the bike metaphor just works so nicely because I think we've all got something in our lives where we just feel like, no, I can't do this. This isn't my thing. I'm a little bit scared, and the more we leave it, the harder it gets, quite literally, to get back on that bike.
Literally. And then once you do it once, do it twice, do it 3 times, it gets easier and easier.
Wonderful advice.
Deciding.
Wonderful advice, as always, of course, TanyaUnkovic.com for more of life's inspirational moments. Tanya, have a great weekend on the bike. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. You too. Bye for now.